Hold on.
Hello.
Hey,
How are you?
good.
Mm-hmm.
It's working.
Yes.
Did y'all get the invite or no?
I did. I just was trying to get Caden a bath and get him ready for bed before we got on. And Mom's like, it's 9:00.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know if it worked or not. I sent the one new consultants. And so do you get something to your phone that you click on?
Yeah, when I got on my phone, I had a notification. For some reason on my Google Plus, I can't access it. So I got on my phone and used the actual Google Hangouts app, and it allows me to get on it. So I don't know what's wrong or what I'm doing wrong because I was trying to get on my iPad, and it shows your face, but then it doesn't like play it or anything. So
Huh.
I don't know. Like I'm clicking it and it says live, but it's not doing anything. So
I don't know.
Mom's here too.
This is such a mystery. Hello.
Hello. We're sliding.
It's such a mystery trying to figure this technology out. So you're thinking, Alicia, that people need Google Hangout app?
Well, that's because I have Google Plus on my iPad, and then I have Google Hangout on my phone. And so that's the one that allowed me to click and to show that it was live. Right now on my Google Plus, it's your face frozen with like a YouTube video ready to hit play.
Huh.
So I guess it's recording for YouTube also, but it's just not allowing me to get into it. And I'm not sure what I need to press because I'm not technology smart either. So
yeah, I don't know.
There's supposed to be more people on our call.
Yeah, there usually is. So I don't know. That's why I'm like, I want to make sure y'all got the invite because I did it. Like I had to do it twice. I did it when I was first setting it up, and then when I got to this page and it said it was going live, it said, "Who do you want to invite?" And I clicked on new consultants again.
Huh. There should be an easier way to.
There's your Google Hangout right there.
That's my messages.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm going to download the other one on my iPad.
Okay, we'll figure it out. Well, we'll get going. So you guys are here and we got you live. So we'll go through everything really quick. Yay! So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to go through the skincare party. We're going to go through packing, what to pack for your party, things you need to put in your starter kit that aren't in your starter kit, things you need to take out of your starter kit, tray setup, and then we're not going to do the intro because we did that last week. We are going to do the middle. We're going to do the name game. If y'all need training on that, if you don't, we'll skip it. But I'll tell you where I do it. And then we're going to do table clothes, where we go through the sets. And then we're going to go individual clothes. And then, writing up the cell is easy enough. And then if time permits, we'll go into after party. But we are going to train on that at summer school. So do you guys either want to have any questions we need to address first before we get into what's in the starter kit, what you need to take out and what you need to put in?
I know we need to take out the blush.
Yeah, the limited, the one that went away, the cream blush.
Yes.
You can replace that with either your sticks, your at play sticks, or you can use bronzer, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
All right. And so let's go through that real quick. Y'all have any questions about Dash Out the Door, or y'all know what that is?
Yes, I know what that is. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got Dash Out the Door. It's one of the things that needs to be added to your starter kit. Also, whitewash cloths. We wrap them like a burrito, put 5 in a gallon Ziploc baggie, and then you put water in them before you leave for your party. Squish the water out. This way you can use the outside of the bag and you're not getting your hands wet all the time. Put those in the microwave before you leave the house, your own microwave, for about 5 minutes, and then put them in an insulated lunch bag. Okay, and where I have found those to be really cheap, if you guys haven't picked those up yet, is Big Lots.
The lunch bag?
The smaller ones like I use, Becky, you've seen mine. It looks like giraffe. I also have, I think Kelsey has my leopard print one, but they're at Big Lots for about $6.
Okay.
Okay.
I still have mine.
You can fit 10 washcloths in there. You still got yours, Alicia?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. The other things you can get at the dollar store or wherever are cotton rounds. And I pre-pack my mirrors and trays with a cotton round, 2 sponge tip applicators, a a sponge wedge, cheese wedge, not latex, non-latex, please. I think they're all latex free now, but, and a sample mascara. I like, one of the few things I buy in section 2 is the trial mascaras, not the gift with purchase that are $2 each. The ones that come, I think there's 6 in a package for $2.75.
Yes.
The ultimate mascara, those are the ones I use. So pre-pack all that in your mesh bag and then put a new liner in there, and then be sure you clean your mirrors and between each person. I know you guys know that, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. And you need a roll of 2-sided raffle tickets. If you don't get a roll, you can get just strips of them at the dollar store. Writing pens so they can write things down. Samantha, hey Kelly, I don't know what's happening. Somebody's trying to come on Google Hangout, but they're not getting on Hangout. They're just writing me on Hangout. I don't know what's up. Anyway, then other things, your product you're going to need to add is your dash out the door, which we talked about, in your bottom row, which is satin lips. Your I use the Time Wise Repair eye renewal cream, an eye primer, and then a foundation primer.
Okay.
So those are things that are going to be on your bottom row. And then you're going to need your closing sheets. Try to keep 10 to 15 in your bag. And we only print one side with the sets. The second side, we put the opportunity on the back, the starter kit page.
Okay.
There is questions on the back of the one that you get off of the website, but Diana Sumter uses that, and it's survey questions and places for them to put their referrals. But I want them to go home with that sheet, and it helps me not have to give out so many lookbooks when they go home with that sheet. It's kind of their wish list. So I want them to take it home where it's in front of them. It's pictures and it's in front of them at all times. I don't want to take that sheet back from them. Now, the profile card I am going to take back, so that's why I do referrals on the back of the profile card. And it's just less paper for me. I don't like having all those pieces of paper. But if you like doing, referrals on a separate piece of paper, it's totally up to you. But that's what we put on the back, okay? And so I have about those made. Then you need a creative roll-up bag with display product in it. Now, my girls in Tennessee, they work out of their roll-up bag. So like they pull it out. I don't like mine to get dirty. I like to pull mine out and for it to look nice. And so I set mine in the middle of the table, but I don't use it during the party until the very end, and then I close. Personal preference, whatever y'all find works best. I know my girls in Tennessee, we used to do it that way, and they still all do it that way. But it's totally up to you. So does that make sense to y'all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So in the individual little packets, you're packing the sets in each.
Yes, and you're going to do your top row.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to do your top row. Your miracle set obviously can put together.
Right. Okay.
And then that'll take up 4 instead of 5. It'll take up 4 pockets.
Okay.
And I lay it in the middle of the table the whole time during the party.
Like, do you have it open or you have it rolled?
Yeah, I have it open.
Okay.
I have it open.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. In the middle. Okay.
What I did last time with mine, because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to put product in it, but I put different colored, like pink and heart-shaped tissue paper, filled it up so it was full.
Yeah.
So they could see the capacity of it, but that's what.
But you could totally still do that and put your product behind it, and that'd be really cute. Yeah, that looks really cute. It might bring more attention to it, too.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes when I was fancy, which I'm not fancy anymore, I used to put a feather boa around it, and lay it in the middle of the table, but I'm not fancy anymore. I'm pretty simplistic. The fewer things I have to take into that house, the better. So you can be as fancy or unfancy as you want. Doesn't matter. Still going to get the same results. Okay, so we're going to start with class opening. You guys know that we start with the Mrs. Cab book. And we ask them to grab their handbag. And I will ask them if it's in the car. Because a lot of times, their husband's like, you know that party, but don't you send any money, So she leaves her purse in the car. And so I have them go get their purse so it's close to them. And I tell them they're going to need it and put it straight in their lap. whatever you want to do. But I do. I ask them if it's in the car. So I'm shocked by how many people drive without even their driver's license. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I mean, seriously, people come in, they just have their keys. I'm like, well, where's your license? Oh, it's at home. My wallet. I'm like, okay. But anywho, I know. So that's how we get started. You know, we go around the table, ask everybody to introduce themselves, how they know the hostess. If it's a second appointment for the hostess, she's helping you. If it's a first appointment, she's sitting around the table. If it's a second appointment, you come early, you have her foundation, and then you do smoky eyes with her and do an eye look that goes with her eye color. And we used to use the eye color bundles, which we don't have anymore, but I'm hoping Mary Kate's going to come back with them. You know, but if you want to know what the eye bundles are, I still have the colors pulled, and I still do that. Like if she has brown eyes, do the brown eye bundle, you know. And that, because I am simplistic and I need a few choices, not a million choices to put eyeshadows together. So that's what I roll with. So if it's her second time, she's going to kind of be your assistant. She'll be your Vanna. She'll be modeling her new look. Okay. So we're going to move on to class opening we've done. We're going to go through the very first close that you do, which is called the hand close. You've gone through, you know, your miracle set. You've been explaining, you've been romancing. Hold up the product as you talk about it. You know, you can hold it in the palm of your hand. You can hold it like Vanna White and romance it, but talk about the product as they start to put it on their face. Don't stand there and talk about it and then tell them to put it on their face and then you're quiet. Tell them to start putting it on their face, going up and out, avoiding their eye area like raccoons. And then as they're doing the 3-in-1 cleanser, you're talking about it. Now, a couple of things, couple of pointers here. I keep a spray bottle in my little lunch sack because there's 2 different techniques for how you put the cleanser on. If someone's oily on the Time Wise Basic, they need to get their hands wet instead of having everybody get up and go to the sink. I just pass the spray bottle to everybody who's oily, have them get the palms of their hands damp or wet, and then they take their 3-in-1 cleanser and they rub it between their hands until it gets soapy. Same thing is true with the Time Wise Repair. It needs to be wet. You can't put that on their face dry. So you have them again do this until it's soapy, and then they go up and out. Okay? If they're normal to dry, they put it directly on their face and move it around and around, and the little microbeads will start to break apart. So that's real important that you know the difference. You know, that's why you pre-profile, so you know whether they're normal to dry or oily.
This is just me because I went to my grandma's house this past weekend and she bought the, miracle set. And so she had told me that her skin is dry, but then she had normally used ivory soap on her face. And so
right.
Now that she's doing the cleanser and the moisturizer, she feels like the normal to dry one is too greasy. So in my mind, I told her, I said, okay, well, you need the combination to oily one, because if the other one is too greasy, you know, to help block oil instead of putting more moisture. So is that correct of what I should do?
Very good point. A lot of times people are not dry. It's what they're using on their skin that causes them to think they're dry. Mm-hmm. Or the other thing can happen when they're using a bar soap, their skin overcompensates and they get oily breakthrough. So yes, you did exactly right. That's right. Exactly what's going on. She wasn't as dry as she thought she was.
Yeah, because she's like, it even makes my hair greasy. I'm like, what are you putting it on your hair for? But I guess if she puts it on her face and then touches her hair, it just puts greasy on her. So
or, gets up by her hairline maybe. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. You're exactly right on that. So sometimes, you know, that's why we ask them in the pre-profiling, what are you currently using to wash your face every day? Y'all want to know the weirdest answer I ever got?
Yeah. What?
Do you know it, Alicia? Do you remember?
No.
Tide.
Tide?
Like, did you wash clothes with?
Oh my gosh. Who would do that?
This lady in Tennessee.
Wow.
Tide. I'm like, I thought it was some new skincare I didn't understand. And then she's like, no, you know, This is when we talk to people on the phone. She's like, no, you know, that you wash your clothes with.
Oh goodness.
I know.
Then
Really?
she didn't have to buy double. She didn't have to buy double product, I guess. She didn't have to
I
buy
guess
the
that's
face
the
wash
thinking.
and laundry soap. She just
There you go.
used
She's
it.
got. She might wash her body with it too. Who knows? Okay, so anyway, you go through the basic. Y'all know that. You go through step 1 or number 1 is the 3-in-1 cleanser. Number 2 is the day solution. Number 3, we demo on the back of the hand.
Yes.
So you want to put it, and remember, do it on the same hand that you're going to demo the miracle set, because you don't want to treat the hand that you want to look yucky after the hand close. You want to get all the I usually tell them their right hand. Raise your right hand. You know, so I'm sure everybody knows they're right. And then I have them put on the back. Or if they're right-handed, I might even have them put on the back of their left. But just do it all the same, either way. And then what I do when I get to the night solution, I tell them it's like a miracle bra for your face. And it bounces the skin back. It lifts and tightens the skin even after one application. So unless they're 20, they can tell a difference. So they put it on the top of their hand, and then I have them pull the skin up. I'll hold my hand up so y'all can see. On the untreated hand to watch how it bounces back. And then I do this hand all the time. So see how I can barely pick it up even?
Mm-hmm.
This is the one I put it on all the time. And so that's what I want them to see one time, and the skin is already tighter. So that's really good. I got that from Kaylee years ago, and it's really good. She calls it Miracle Bra for your face. And it lifts and tightens. And so, you know, when we're starting to worry about all this under here, that's real important. Then we go to moisturizer, you know, that they actually put on their face again. And then now you're going to tell them to tell you the order of application. You're not going to say anything. You're going to say, it's morning. Now I want you to run me through what this routine is. What do you do first? And they'll tell you, and then they'll say, you put the cleanser on. And someone will say, oh, well, I wet mine. You know, mine has to be wet. And I'm like, yes. You can do this even in the shower. Oh, and I want to back up for a second. I'm sorry, I'm already in the middle of hand close. But real important that you don't hand them the washcloth, but that you take the washcloth, you fold it back, and you come and lay it on their face and get them to lay back. Okay? Very important. I know it sounds really silly, but it's still skincare. It really does, because they feel pampered, and you don't want to just hand it to them. You really want to give them. And one of my consultants, or one of my friends, said what she does is at the very end of the party, when they're going around, you know, sharing their compliment time, she even rubs their shoulders a little bit. She asks if it's okay. And then while the person is talking about them, she kind of gives them a little shoulder rub, which I think is a nice touch. You know. Yeah. And I've done it here too, when they're all kind of laying around, you know, with the washcloth on, and they're like, oh, you know, I've done it a few times, like to the hostess, you know, make everybody jealous, want to be the hostess, you know. So anyway, okay, so now fast forward, we're in our hand close. So have them tell you, and when they get it right, give them a ticket. And then when they put the cleanser on, and I say, well, now what? Do we leave this on or we take this off? And they're like, we take it off, the washcloth. And I said, or the sink or the shower. Okay. Then run through it. You know, you skip the night solution because we're pretending it's day. Then on the treated hand, give them a drop of CC cream or liquid foundation. I like CC cream because it's in my kit. But if you don't have liquid foundation, you can use the mineral powder. It works just the same. But the CC cream really is noticeable. So I put a little bit on there, let them rub it in, and then I put the CC cream on the untreated hand. Then I ask them to hold their fingers together and look at the difference. And tell me the difference. Some of them say, I can't get this one rubbed in, and the untreated hand, it's like soaked up already, and it's way lighter than the other one. You know, so the whole point is to show them that one time using our skincare makes that dramatic of a difference on their skin. Okay. And now, once you got it on both, you know, you want to make it substantially darker. I thought it was so funny today, Becky, when your friend Cindy said they put a really dark foundation on the back of her hand and washed off with satin hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I was like, well, we do too. So you want to put,
and she's very fair.
yeah, she was probably like, oh my gosh, that looks awful. But it doesn't have to be like bronze, you know, but just a darker or lighter if you have darker colored skin women. And then, of course, you're going to romance satin hands, and they're sitting around the table, and you're going to squish, 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 squish the hand softener. Have them rub it in. You can tell the high tenor story if you want while they're rubbing that in. Tell them that's the first product that Mary Kay started her company with. It's now fragrance-free and dye-free, but it's otherwise known as, what product is it otherwise known as, you guys?
Emollient night cream.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Extra emollient night cream, and we still carry it, and we'll never get rid of it. It's the first product that we started a company with. So
I like the pink one better, but myself.
Yeah, it's kind of personal preference, I think. So then once you've got that in, if y'all have more than one flavor of satin hands, you can do the scrub and offer a flavor. If you have fragrance-free, then everybody gets fragrance-free. You know, do what you have.
Don't use the melon one.
Yeah, you can't get the melon anymore. I have melon, so I still use melon because I can sell melon. For a while, I even had vanilla, but that one's long gone now. But pomegranate, we had at Christmas, sold out, and I don't have a single one on my shelf. It's sold out like crazy.
You know, last year at seminar, I smelled that one, and I thought, oh, I want to get it. And then Christmas came around, and I wasn't doing Mary Kay at the moment, but I didn't even order any of it. So
it was heavenly. Everybody, it literally sold out from the company. It was great.
Well, I know that everybody that was with me that went through, it smelled so good. We're like, ooh, I'm getting this.
Yeah, it smelled so good. I hope they do it again. I hope they do something like that. When we had the vanilla sugar one, it kind of tasted. Well, I didn't eat it, but you could have. It smelled like sugar cookies. I was like, it makes me hungry. I want a cookie, you know. But it was really nice, though. Yeah. So now you got that all on. Now send them to the sink to wash. Come back and dry them completely and put the lotion on. Okay.
You know, I thought of something just now because when we go to the parties or do the parties, we're always using towels at the other people's houses. I just thought maybe get my own hand towel that's really soft to give them to dry their hands, and I'll take it home and wash it.
That'd be nice.
Something cute, you know, to go along with
something
Mary
cute.
Kay.
Yeah. You could maybe something that has lips on it or hands, or you could do seasonal ones. You know, I have towels for every holiday. It'd be cute to take it for the holiday, you know. And you can decorate your table too. It's just not me. I just want to get in, get out, look for recruits, and go. But lots of consultants decorate their table really cute, you know. And so it's just up to you what you want to do. And another thing that Kristen Sharp does, which cracks me up, but this is what she does. She takes her starter kit, and then she takes one of them giant tub things. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Those Rubbermaid things. And they pretty much go whoo, and throw everything in that tub, and she carries it home. She don't even try to put things back up in any kind of manner. I know.
You need to be more sloppy to be successful.
I think so. So I think I have a little bit too much anal in me, worried about putting everything back where it goes. You know what I mean? And it kind of helps me to have something to do while they're shopping, you know, without it being so awkward.
Yeah.
But she just like, you know, literally wipes everything off and throws it in that tub and then carries it out that way. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
Yeah, but she does a lot of parties, and she's got people in between resetting it, you know. So, yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so when they come back to the table, you're now squirting lotion. And so now we're moving down to the bottom. I always tell them that was their 7th inning stretch. Okay, they got to get up and go to the sink and wash their hands, come back. And now we go to satin lips. So you put the satin lip mask on, and this is where you do the name game. Once the satin lips is on, y'all see me do it twice. Once I remembered to do it before, and once I forgot.
Correct.
Doesn't mean you know, doesn't have to be perfect. Just has to be progression. Okay. So, do you guys need me to run through the name game, or you think you got that?
I think with the name game, you do, like, you tell them, write as many people down that they would want to share this with, or that they would think that would want to be pampered. Is that the explaining that you do?
You don't do a lot of explaining. You just tell them this is what we're going to do. Get out your phone, and I'm gonna put 2 minutes on my phone. I'm gonna set a timer, and whoever can get the most first names and cell phone numbers of women in the 2 minutes is going to get 10 tickets. Ready, set, go. You explain later.
Okay.
Okay? That's the quick one. And y'all heard me do Mr. McDreamy, right? Do you feel pretty comfortable? You can choose either one.
Okay.
Have y'all heard me do that one?
I think you did that at Shauna's party. You did both.
Okay. Yeah, when they wouldn't give me names, I went to Mr. McDreamy and gave away a free product.
Shauna's like, I hope I have whatever she's giving away.
Yeah, I was going to give it to him. If she didn't have it, I'd mail it to him. But anyway, so you're doing that while the lip mask is on. Then once they're done with the name game and they've got them, and I say, put your hand up if you have 3. Leave your hand up if you have 5. You know, we just do a count up, sort of like we do at the meeting. And then whoever has the most gets the tickets. And then I say, okay, you guys wondering what on earth why I asked you about this. I said, let me just ask you a question. If you need a gynecologist or a hairdresser, how do you find one?
You ask a friend.
There you go. And that's exactly what we do in Mary Kay. That's how we build our business, is through referral and through friends. And I'll even say, you know, in today's world, it's pretty scary out there to be in direct sales. So I always want to know that I've got a name trail of people that are good people that I'm working with. And so I appreciate you referring your friends. She may or she may not. I'm going to text her once. Either she'll say sure or she won't reply at all. Either way, protects my little heart from being broken. And I know that she's a friend of yours. And I've met you and I know you. And most of them I only meet that night. But you see what I mean? I mean, it just, they understand, they get it.
Okay. Okay.
And other than having fun, this is always the first thing I'm going to ask you. How many referrals did you get? Because Mary Kay always taught us, when you're out of bookings, you're out of business.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you don't have this piece right here mastered so that you're comfortable with it, and I want y'all to hear my heart on this, it took me a long time to find a way to be comfortable with this, to fit this into my skincare party. Because I never wanted to come across being pushy or being, you know, obnoxious. Yeah, I'm going to call all your friends, you know. And so making the game out of it, it made it easier. It took the pressure off me. It made me not feel awkward. And this is another key piece that helped our unit move forward. Because what I was finding is that our consultants were doing power starts, and they were starting with their friends and family and everyone they knew, and their list of 30, and they were getting going. And then they would do a power stop because they didn't know anybody. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't find anything warm and fuzzy about worm chatter. So I'm not going to go out prospecting at Walmart and chasing people down in the parking lot to give them my card.
Not to say this is a strength of mine, but maybe you should have went on a mission.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's why I know you can do this. You could knock on doors and find people.
My trainer, when we'd go to get gas, she'd say, okay, go hand out some, you know, pass along cards to people and talk to them. And I'm like,
I know, right? Ooh, yeah. It's not my strength. I'm not saying that I don't ever do it, because I do some, and you will too. There's going to be people that God places in your path, and you just feel, I don't want to say attraction because that sounds weird, but you know what I mean? You feel drawn to them for whatever reason, or you make a connection with them. That's different than just, oh, I'm going to go out and meet some ladies today, you know, and stalk some ladies is what that sounds like to me. So I'm like, I'd rather book from my parties and get referrals. And also, the other thing I want you to realize is when you're booking from bookings, you already have her guest list. So you just ask her, who on this list are your most fun friends? Well, you know, if she books a second appointment, then you're like, well, these are the ones we want to invite. You know, let's circle the ones we want to invite. Who are the most fun in this group? Okay, so they're done with the name game. They take their lip mask off, and then you go on through the rest of the supplements. Okay, any questions so far before we move on to closing?
Just the only question I had, and this is, you just said booking from bookings. So in my mind, I'm kind of boggled, like, how do I get somebody that I've already done a facial with to, I know we have like the hostess or whatever, which we can talk about that later, but just like asking them to do another party, like what do we do within that party? We're just doing another like first party, but just with her girlfriends, or what is a
different kind of party? If she, and I'm mostly talking about booking the other people for their second appointment. Okay.
Okay.
You're booking them for their glamour appointment, because y'all know we just do a smidge. We do 55 minutes of skincare and 2 minutes of glamour. So you're booking them for their eye look, to learn how to do smoky eye, to match their colors, you know, to get their colors right for their everyday look or whatever. What you do with them at a skincare party is a 2-minute makeover. And what you do at the second appointment is a 5-minute makeover.
Okay. Okay.
So maybe somebody couldn't buy things from you that night, you know, they didn't get everything they wanted. And so that's a good opportunity for saying, well, hey, you got your list right here of girlfriends. Which of these girlfriends are the most fun? Why don't we get them together and do, you know, mocktails and makeovers, or muffins and makeovers, or whatever. And you can earn your glamour at a discount or free. And I can do your second appointment, do your eye, you know, teach you how to do smoky eye, or, you know, a lot of people are into this contouring right now.
Okay.
You know, contouring is really big right now. So it really is important when you're doing pictures. It's not something everybody does every day, but it's definitely important when you're doing pictures. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go and do group close now. Group close is after compliment time. You know, they go around the table one by one, and the person compliments them what they like best about their look tonight, not your cute hair or whatever. And then the only thing the woman's allowed to say is thank you. You know, and so, oh, I messed up on this eye, or this eyeshadow's higher in this, you know. Women are so critical. I really want them to receive the compliment. And then once we've done that, then I pass out the sheets and I say, this is my favorite part, because this is when I get to tell you all about the products, and you get to decide which products you want to take home. So I'll pass out the sheets. I have them go through in their handwriting and circle each set that we did and write things down. So on the very number 1 set, which is satin set, if you did satin hands in peach, have them write peach. The more things you get them to write on that paper, typically the more things they're going to buy. Even if it's not that day, they want to remember it. So they write it down. If she's not circling things or not writing things down, you know, encourage her. Say, you know, I don't know, your memory must be better than mine, but you're going to take this sheet home. So after she's gone through, you've gone through everything you've done, and you've Vanna Whited it, you know, ooh, the 3-in-1 cleanser, you know, and you've gone through each set. Then you're going to tell them about your specials. And then that's when you talk about 2 sets for $99. You don't say the word dollar. It's still true today. You pull out that roll-up bag. And then you glamour, you know, you really, really talk about the the possibilities of that bag. Hanging in your bathroom. You know, you hang it on the back. You can roll it up and put it under. You don't have to dig in your cosmetic graveyard to find your products because the bag is clear and you can see everything. And then I say, okay, now I need group participation because y'all are about to be oohed and awed, and you can choose which word you want to use as we zip these bags out. I say they're so convenient and easy to use. Each bag, whew, you know, zip it out, and they go, woo, and I'm like, oh, that's got it. We got to do better on the next one, okay? And then I zip the next one out, and they're like, ah, you know, and I just get them to kind of be funny and silly as we, you know, do it, because people will buy that middle set for the bag. And then I go through the final set, which is the complete collection, you know, which is 6 sets, 7 set half price, bag for free. And I say, this is for the woman who only wants 2 things, it all, okay? And then we go through, you know, the whole thing. All right, then I say, now, I got one, remember when I'm going to let you shop, but I got one more group of questions to ask you. And, you know, I'm giving all my tickets away. So these are just going to be answers that I'm going to keep. So turn over your card and number 1 to 4.
I forget to do this.
Your profile card?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I forget to do this part.
I do too sometimes, and I think I forgot both times at Shauna's. But it helps you to close them.
Okay.
So I say, if money were no object, like you have Oprah's Platinum card, how many sets would you take home tonight? I think there's 26 on the sheet. Either 26 or 16. It seems like it's a 6, but can't remember right now. Then I say, at your follow-up appointment, see, so I'm setting the stage. You're going to see me again, whether you want to or not. At your follow-up appointment, would you like to share it? Which of the following would you like to share? How many friends would you like to share it with? That's what I say. At your follow-up appointment, how many friends would you like to share it with? 1 plus, 3 plus, or 6 plus? That's number 2. Number 3. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
At your follow-up appointment, which of the following would you like to earn for free? Body care, glamour, or fragrance? Sometimes they ask me what glamour is. I'm like, eyeshadow, cheek color, lip gloss, mascara. They're like, oh, okay. And then number 4, would an extra $1,200 on a part-time or spare time basis be helpful to your family right now? Would an extra $1,200 a month on a part-time or spare time basis be helpful to your family right now?
Yes. Why do you think I signed up?
Right. There aren't very many people that say no. Okay, so then you can do the Mary Kay way, and you can take each person into a separate room and do an individual close with them. I find it less awkward, personal preference, to just work with them individually and go around. Everybody's talking and they're eating snacks. Nobody's paying attention to what anybody's doing anyway. But that's totally up to you. There are directors, as many directors that do it, there are just as many who don't. So it's never really affected my sales that much. People know what they want and they know what they've got to spend, and they'll spend it accordingly. It's just your job to go through those 4 questions with her, book her follow-up appointment, and reiterate she's already got her guest list, and get it on the books if you can. And then last but not least, you can say, before I come next week, since you put that an extra $1,200 might be helpful to you, I can get you a free product if you'd be willing to watch a video before I come to your house next week for your follow-up appointment. It's just going to share a little bit more information about how we make our money in Mary Kay. May not be for you, but the only way you'll ever know is to get more information. So may I go ahead and text you that video? Because see, if you sign her up, then the party is going to be her launch party.
Okay.
All right. And then you close everybody before you go to the car to get the product. Don't close somebody and then walk out and go get somebody's stuff and then come back, because somebody will talk somebody out of buying something. Or what I had happen once is I had sold a complete collection to a lady, and another lady had to leave. And while I was out at the car, the hostess said, "You've already booked a party with her. Why are you going to buy that when you could get all that at a discount?" So when I came back in, she's like, "No, I'm just going to wait for my party." And she didn't even have a good party. So she didn't earn it for free. She should have got it when she had the money, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the girl talked her out of it. So don't leave until you got everybody's money and you close the sale. And then go to the car and get it. Don't bring in your real product into the house no matter how hot it is. When it's been pouring down rain or snowing or whatever, the hostess will usually get me to pull my car into the garage so I can get stuff out. You know, they don't want you standing out in the rain. I have done it before, though. But they'll usually work it out with you. Okay, what questions you guys have?
No question, but I need to be better at closing out and asking those questions, because just like you said, that her next part or her next follow-up appointment could be her launch party if she decides to, you know, to start. And so then you don't have to take 20 trips over to the same person's house.
Exactly. And sometimes when you go far, you're like, I ain't never coming back here unless it's for a launch party. Yeah, I don't want to come back. It's too far.
So her saying that, though, you just have them watch the video, but you don't talk about the launch party until you're there, right? If they want to sign up. I
don't talk about the launch party until they sign up or they're interested. You know, after they watch the video, then we do the follow-up. And then I say, well, you know, just an option. You know, Alicia's got another party with you and your friends next week. That can be your party. If you want to go ahead and sign up, it can be your launch party to get your business off the ground.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So when you're closing them, they're just all sitting around the table or whatever. You just do, and maybe they're not, or they're looking, but may not seem like they're going to buy anything. Is it like, is that when you just talk to them about booking?
No, I close the sale first. I squat down beside them. I kind of lower myself below them like we used to do. And then I go through the questions with them. Why City's money, woman, object? You get 16 sets, girl. That's awesome. That showed me that you had fun tonight and that you love the product. So how many sets would you like to start with?
Okay.
Most of the time they're going to tell you what they want when you squat down. They know they're there to buy. Mm-hmm. And they're going to tell you what they want. And sometimes they'll say, you know, I really can only start with these 4. Like it's a terrible thing. And you're like, excellent. That's great. Like, woohoo! Yeah, I can only start with these 4. You know, given the choice, people usually pick the middle. And
but you make sure and go around and talk to everybody.
Yeah, I do my best.
Okay.
I do my best.
And if they don't buy, still book? Do you say
you can.
Offer?
You can.
Okay.
But the main thing is you can't sit there and wait for people to decide what they want. I give them time while I'm cleaning up the table for them to look at the book. When I squat down to talk to them, they pretty much already decided. And I'm not waiting 30 minutes for her to pick 3 eyeshadows out.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
That's where you get bogged down. When your close takes an hour or more, you lose people.
Yeah.
So it's got to be quick.
Okay. Any other questions?
And
No, I
it
was
just,
just
go ahead, Alicia.
Oh, I was just gonna say, kind of with closing out. I mean, how do you? I guess I don't want to say encourage, but you know, you hand them the stuff, and they're kind of on the like a fence sitter. You know, they don't. I don't know if I want to do it or I don't. Like, how do you encourage them to?
I ask them if it is a financial decision or an emotional decision. Because sometimes the reason why she doesn't want to spend the money is because it's financial. And then depending on how I feel about it, I can offer her creative financing where she gives me half tonight and I'm going to run her card for the other half in 2 weeks or whatever. I don't do a lot of that anymore. I did when I was starting out because I was so uncomfortable closing. I don't really offer that to anybody anymore. I'm just like, but if you feel like she really wants it, but she doesn't want to tell you she can't afford it, then, you know, ask her what, you know, is an emotional decision. Like she can't decide if she really likes it. But that's where you're going to go back to how many sets she said if money were no object. If she puts 2, then she really didn't like it that much. You know?
So, do you look at their profile cards while you're there, kind of closing
Yeah.
out with them, just reading over
Yes.
it?
When I kneel down, I take their profile card and their sales ticket. I hand out sales tickets too. They start writing out their own order.
But you do that at the end. But when you're showing the product and then you hand out the tickets.
Mm-hmm. After they do the questions.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I think that's all the questions that I have.
Yeah. And like when I did Aubrey's launch party a few weeks ago, I didn't do the individual close with people. You know, I stood at the bar, they lined up, and I wrote their tickets up, and we sold $350, you know?
Okay, cool.
So you don't always have to do the close. It's just if nobody's buying, you know, then you can talk to them about it and see what they like. But a lot of time they'll have questions. You know, and I say, I'm just cleaning up, but I'm available for questions. I want you guys to have some time to shop, and then we'll visit one-on-one to see what you'd like to take home tonight.
Okay.
Ruby?
Question, then I forgot it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can text me if you think of it later.
Okay. I thought of something and I was like, oh, and then now I'm like, can't remember.
Okay.
Okay.
Text me when you think of it, because as soon as we hang up, you're going to remember.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I do. All right, guys. Well, thanks for being on. I hope it was helpful.
It was.
Yes.
Very much so, because there's a lot of this that like the profile part of those 4 questions. I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
And just some cute things that you say. The woman that, there's women that, what was you saying again? Something about the woman that wants 2 things, it all.
Yeah.
How did you say that?
I say when I'm closing out the final set, this one has 6 sets, you know, and you get 7 set free. And I don't know, you might be kind of the kind of woman that you only want 2 things, it all.
Okay, that's cute.
So if this set is for you. If you're that woman that you only want 2 things, it all.
Okay. All right, that's cute.
Okay.
All right,
Yay.
thank you.
Thanks, guys. Good night. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.